Feels like I was just here. But I hope you're doing well. I'm excited for this today. Back with the road trip, second round for me, third round for the series. But a trio of events. A trio of events on for today. A duel, 2 races in beautiful Napoli, and then a good old-fashioned time trial on the streets of Sicily, on the roads of Sicily, the Targa Florio, a 1-lap time trial race. And I'm very, very excited for it. Couldn't miss an opportunity to race the Targa Florio. First time I'm doing, I think it is the first time I'm doing a race on the laser scanned version of the track. But welcome. I hope you're doing well in the 12 hours or so that I've left you. Still trying to recover from what happened at the end of the rally yesterday. But it's good to be back. Something different. So this is the second time I'm doing this in a couple of weeks. The road trip series from HRSC. We're taking some rental cars from Ireland to Sicily, and we've made it to Italy. Last time out we were in France and Germany. Did 4 or 5 races down there. Oh, we had somebody in the dirt. We're trying to deliver these cars without damage, but man, has it been pretty rough out there. There was a lot of crashes and stuff. I made it through all 4 races last time. I'm going to set myself up here for an issue today. I made it through all 4 races last time with my car intact. Maybe a little worse for wear here or there, but had some great racing, especially the last race at Monte Carlo was fun. But yeah, we're here today at beautiful Napoli. I've done a video on this track before years ago when it came out. Kind of like the Monaco of Italy. Can I call it that? We'll see it all in a second. I want to do a little bit more practice. Man, I've been doing the rally this week, so I've not prepared as much as I would like to. Hopefully I can have a decent showing, though. But yeah, we're driving these little cars. Here's my car. 4-cylinder, like 100 horsepower, top speed 100 miles an hour. They look like a Shelby Cobra, but they're very much like a 1.1 liter little beater car. And no roll bars, road tires, all the good stuff that you'd want. Who's honking their horn? But yeah, it's a lot of fun driving these. But we got a couple races today. 2 races and then a time trial. Let me pull up the thing again. That was fun last time. This series got a bunch of documentation and stuff with it, which is always fun. The HRSC League, I got links in the description to everything, too. I got a bunch of questions about it. But yeah, if you're looking to find out more about this stuff, let's see here. There it is. Here's our poster for the first race today. First races. Festival, the Automobile Festival of Napoli. The autos, la gente, I'm going to guess the passion? Bellissimo. Yeah, couple races around here. I think the first one is going to be, what is it? 7 laps or so? I put it in the description. I should know. Let's see here. First race is going to be 7 laps. And the second race is going to be 9 laps. It's a pretty long track, so they're not short races. And then we'll fly over to, drive down to Sicily. And then, yeah, we'll be doing a lap around the Targa Florio. There's some interesting rules with it. I'm realizing I forgot to read all the rules. Maybe I'll have to try to sneak that in here. But I believe it's a 1-lap time trial. Best lap time wins. So we're not exactly racing head-to-head in that, but we are racing each other just in time. So yeah, the cars, the people, the scenery, beautiful. Gotcha. My Italian is not very good, so. But yeah, welcome. And we've got about 24 minutes, I guess it says on the clock, till the race session. We got some qualifying in the race. Ascari, give me a tow. You're gonna have to give me a tow. I'm the slow one today. I got a setup here from Bert. Called it the Bert Super Hack setup, but there's no hacks happening. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can do a couple laps here. So we're in practice now. We got the racing starts at the top of the hour. I'll show you guys around this track as I try to remember the layout. I haven't done racing here in quite a while, and I definitely have never driven this car here. Whoops. Don't worry about that. Nobody saw nothing. Yeah, this is pure racing. I love this type of stuff. We are racing on roads. It's the perfect kind of way to do online racing, in my opinion. Can't really do this stuff these days in real life, but no reason why we can't do it in sim. But yeah, this track is just wonderful, and especially, I'll show you my favorite part of it. We'll wind our way down the boulevards, the hill here. A lot of third gear. I was watching Bert do some laps, because Bert is mighty quick around here, and keeps it in third gear for most of the beginning of the lap. Let it fade out a little bit here. There's a late apex somewhere. Maybe there. Then we'll come into the town square. Yeah, we're on Napoli right now. Targa Florio is the third race today. These squares, it's really easy to lose a ton of time because. Oh, thank you, Martin. I'm going to be in the back, man. I've not really been able to practice this week with the rally on and stuff, so I jumped on here this morning to do my first laps, and I was like 5 seconds slower than everybody. But I'll pick up a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to be at the pointy end. All right, this is my favorite part. This is so cool. This makes the whole track to me. Come through this kind of narrow alleyway, flat out left-hander here, kind of terrifying. A little bit of brakes for this one, and we're gonna snug up to the wall on the outside, miss the couple of military guys there watching on, come over the top of the hill, then it widens up again. But that whole rush through there gives me a rush. It's like, I know it's fake, but it's exhilarating. 7 seconds, okay. I might have you on this one. A little bit of a bonk there on the hay bales. Wow, this setup is so much better than what I was driving. Thanks to Bert for sharing the settings. Might keep this for the Targa Florio too. This one is difficult. I was shifting down to second here, but I saw he was keeping it in third, so I guess that is quicker. I'm pretty sure they're probably concrete hay bales. Yeah, that tends to be how it is. A little bit early on the old apex there. Should have a good field here. Last time out we had like 25 cars. I'd expect similar today, although I saw a few folks kind of bow out of this one, which Targa Florio is a beast. Not, it can be pretty frustrating if you don't know how to get around there, and I might not know how to get around there. We'll find out. I've not done as much Targa Florio as I should be doing in recent months. So I'm a little rusty. The cool thing about this track is this is a real circuit. I've got a link to the track in the description for folks that haven't raced around here before. It's by Italo Tracks, the same author that did Pescara, and it's a beauty. It's just such a fun type of racing. Shift up to fourth and then let it coast through down the hill. Ervan move into the right. Let me by on the outside. I'm not on a very good lap, unfortunately. Whoa, just breaking traction. It's all right. A lot of folks entering now. We're driving. Whoa. We're driving 4-cylinder little 50 sports cars, delivering them from Ireland to Sicily, and they're just like the ultimate kind of fun car. Way too close to Ervan. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, this is not the kind of track for Formula One cars. It's very much a. I mean, you can race. I did some 30s Grand Prix cars around here. It just feels appropriate, but I'm not actually sure. I think they race sports cars around here mostly. So these are kind of the perfect cars for a track like this. Version. Yeah, this track is great. That's true, neither is Monaco. This is an even tighter track than Monaco, though. It's like, I can't even imagine. There seems to be a good group of folks out there that love to take like modern Formula One cars and race them around old tracks. And to me, most of the time, it's not that exciting because you need like all the chicanes and stuff these days. Cars are just too good. I mean, this track would be a little more technical, but a lot of the old tracks are quite simple. But with the cars being so mechanical, it kind of fits. We'll be doing laps at the Targa Florio. If I finish my lap today, will be about 42 minutes to do a lap. So it's not a fast car. When we were doing the 60s sports cars around the Targa Florio, I think we were right in the 36s, if I remember right. Yeah, and this track, we're in rFactor 2 today, if you weren't able to tell, but this track exists for Automobilista 1 as well as Assetto Corsa. Italo Tracks releases his tracks for like everything somehow. Must be a lot of work to do that, but alright, let's see if I can get a lap here. Just want to downshift here. I don't really want to brake so much for the first corner there. Throw it into the downhill. I'm going to catch Ervan right up here. Might try to get around him this time. He's going to run a bit wide there. Oh, sneak by the inside. Just got him. You know, there's just a lot of stuff to hit on tracks like this, so you need to not jump wide. Also, the curbing really upsets the car, obviously, if you jump onto it, so pretty much want to stay off that, too. Too fast. Yeah, rFactor 2 can be really pretty in the right. It really depends on the mods and well-built tracks and stuff like this one. Certainly do look really good. The Abel's version of the Targa Florio that we're going to be running on in a bit is drop-dead gorgeous. It's so, I mean, it's not done but all the scenery and stuff looks terrific, and like it's very, very pretty. All this should be flat out, and then just dab the brakes here, get it settled in, right out to the wall. Ooh, little scrape. It's fine. Ooh. Bounce off some of that curbing I was just talking about. The Declan in front here, it's gonna run a bit wide. Go to the inside here. Just gonna stick it out there. No, lets me by. This lap 1.5 seconds slower than my best. I don't know how I'm gonna get down. Yeah, it seems the fastest time right now is at 2:24. My best time is at 2:27. This was like the last races. There's always a couple guys that are just so quick in these cars. Nicely through the first corner there. Too fast. You can recover it when it's too fast. You just lose. I lost a lot of time there. Way too early on the apex for that. That's all right. Carry it through. Somehow a couple tenths up on my best time. Bert's behind me. Big slide there. That's bad. Bert's the quick one. I'm gonna let him by. See if I can follow him for a second here. He's just gonna run away though. Bert's the one doing 24s. Dust there. That'll be interesting on the first lap. If somebody crashes through here, it's going to be chaos. There's just not a lot of room. I'm sticking with him over the top of the hill, kind of. On the curb on the inside. I don't have any modifications on the Thrustmaster, just the shift knob. I pulled off one of the piston belt shifters I had at one point, just because I didn't like how big the original one was, but otherwise it's just the stock shifter. I've had it now for like 15 years and it still works fine. So I got it to replace my G27 shifter when that stopped working back in like 2010, believe it or not. It's definitely the oldest thing on my rig is my shifter. Ugh, he's so quick, Bert. Big slide through there. It's very exciting, but it's not fast. Fades all the way out here. I'm just losing him now. I can't quite see his line anymore. You really just want to be neat and tidy with these cars, though. Like, don't want sliding or anything like that. Momentum. About 10 minutes till the session starts. Pulls over there. I missed the apex, of course. Seems like the main server start. I'm just going to finish this lap. That felt nice. Backed it up right to the apex there. Yeah, I mean, I'm generally quite gentle on all my gear. I've realized watching other people sim race or having people come over and try out stuff. Especially going to the expo this past year and just watching everybody thrash on everything. And I guess you're at an expo, so it's not your equipment, but I've realized, ooh, I'm quite gentle on things. Knock the curb there. All right. How much fuel? We won't have to worry about fuel at all. I did, last time we were talking a lot about fuel because this car kind of oddly behaves better if you put more fuel in it because it balances out the weight and it won't get as, you know, loose and stuff in the corners. That car spawned right in front of me. It wasn't my fault. Change to this. All right, let me find the real server. Yeah, we were talking about fuel because the more fuel you put in the car, the more planted it is. It kind of balances out the car itself, and I've taken out a little bit of the fuel just watching what some of the other folks are doing, and Bert's setup advice has helped. But yeah, just slightly less than full, but still quite heavy. See, I just need to find the password here. Is it? Oh, I think it's got it saved. Yeah, it's like a fuel bag. It's interesting. All right, Circuit de Napoli. 2 races on. We got a 7-lap race here to start, and then a 9-lap race. And then after that, we'll head over to the good old Targa Florio. Yeah, we got 10 more minutes of practice here. Then we'll have our qualifying. I mean, some people really like I run my wheel. I run my wheel at 6 nanometers. The base I have can do 12. Yeah, I think that's what I do. I run it at 50%, which I find like is plenty. I don't know. I just don't need more than that. But I know most folks tend to run it higher. I see most people settle on like 8 or 10 as being the modest but heavy steering that they like. So it's really a preference thing. But yeah, I run my base at 6 newton-meters for every sim, every situation. And it's what I like. All right. I find the only sim that I end up adjusting things in quite often is iRacing. I just feel like every car is very different in iRacing, so I usually use their force feedback multiplier. It also, with the steering wheels, I have, you know, 100 different steering wheels that I throw on these things. Like the big one here will definitely dampen the force feedback, so, you know, it'll feel less. But I feel plenty of feedback with this. This type of car, you know, when you're moving, would be one that you're kind of driving with your fingertips. It's not, you know, when you're stopped, obviously there's no power steering in a car like this, so it's going to be heavy, and that's why you need the huge steering wheel. But when you're at speed, it's a very nimble, kind of light machine. All right, got a couple minutes of practice here. Qualifying is going to be crazy as usual. I think it's like a 10-minute session. We all got to get our laps in. I know I run my force feedback very light compared to most people. But Maybe that's why I get comments sometimes. It's like, how can you drive for 4 hours, do rally for 4 hours? Maybe that's why. So I don't have crazy force feedback. Yeah, I love having the similar steering wheel to the car I'm driving. It just helps me feel like I'm actually doing that car. I find the driving style changes too, especially with how big a steering wheel is. So like something really large like this is a 380 millimeter wheel. Like, what is that, 17, 16 inches or something? It's big. This is like bigger than even like a NASCAR steering wheel. And it makes your inputs quite a lot different. And ultimately, it's probably slower for me to use a wheel like this. It'd be faster for me to probably use a normal 300 millimeter size or something, but I just find it so much more fun. Yeah, you get the really small. My smallest wheels are 270 millimeters, and yeah, that's perfect for like your 70s, 80s, 90s F1, older IndyCar stuff too. I did a video a couple years ago where I went through all the wheels I had. I've only added, I think, 1 or 2 since then, so it's still fairly relevant. But I got too many. Yeah, I keep the force the same for every sim. So when I do like LMU or any sim, like 6 Newton meter, I run the sims 100% maxed out typically. So it's just the wheelbase that I'm limiting it. I've been doing LMU here and there. I haven't done it in a couple weeks now, but just it's fun to do those like every 30 minute races. It's good racecraft practice. I'm not allergic to modern cars. I just prefer this kind of thing. We got Chris Gordon in again. Hopefully we won't have a coming together. Bailey's trying to get me to do a bunch of LMU so that I race with them, but I have a lot of time to go. Which elastometers do I use in the sprint brake? I don't know exactly which one it is. I'd have to pull it apart. But I did maybe 6 months ago go to a much harder elastometer than I used to run. When I was trying to figure out how to fix some of my heel and toe antics, I stiffened my brake quite a bit, as well as offsetting the pedals a little bit more. I won an LMU race a couple weeks ago. Just one of the like fixed ones, and I'm pretty sure it was second split, but it still felt nice to win something. I even passed somebody honestly during it. It's just, if you don't do stuff like that a lot, I find it really hard. I get to like 90% lap time of the quick guys, and then I just can't get faster because I just don't do it enough. Jimmy's the pro racing it, and no, sometimes he'll be on and he'll just like encourage me to do stupid stuff. He'll encourage me to go for the overtake. Wow, 229. Oh, is that it? Oh my God, God, all right. Qualifying has started. Oh my gosh, this is going to be rough. All right, we got 10-minute qualifying for the 7-lap race. I do not feel this is going to be. Welcome to the back of the pack today. Jimmy's just having fun. What the heck is this? There we go. All right. Here goes everybody. It's going to be a chore to get a clean lap during this. Oh man, this is so much fun. This is a really fun series, and I'm excited to see what these guys do next. We'll see if there's something that aligns with what I can do, and maybe do a longer type of season or something. But yeah, this is the final race in this little series. I'm still upset I missed the first one, but it is what it is. But we only got 10 minutes here, so I think that's enough time for like 4 laps. Yeah, if you've never driven on this track, I put a link in the description. And Napoli, it's one of the best little road circuits. Really makes you feel like you've gone back in time. Oh no! I haven't mentioned yet that there is some rules about breaking the car. If you break a car in a session, I got some clarification after last time. If you lose a wheel, you're done for the session. So if he lost a wheel there, I don't know who that was in front of me. He'd be done for qualifying and can rejoin in the race. I also understand, I do have a link to the 50 sports car mod, but I understand that these specific cars that we're driving aren't exactly the same in that mod, but there's plans to release them sometime soon. But the physics on these have been updated quite a bit since the mod that's linked. So hopefully that becomes public soon, and folks that want to download these and try them out can. But if you join HRSC, you should be able to download this stuff too. And it is just something you can join. All right, let me back up a little bit here. Got Martin Bear in front, who's telling me he's slow, but I doubt it. Got Godrecki in front of him, so it should be pretty quick. Oh, we got somebody in the trees up here too. Is that Ervan? Yeah. All right, we'll come around and try to get a lap in here. Important to just get a lap. I don't want to start at the back. 16th. I saw there's at least 20 guys in here, so definitely don't want to start at the back of a 20-car field around this track. Just put a nice solid lap in here. Catching up pretty quick here. Whoa. Big slide there. I lost at least a few tenths. Looks like Martin's gotten that red car fixed since running into the pole at the Südschleife last time out. A little bit too narrow there on the entrance. Hurts my exit a bit. Just want to wait on it. You could like slide way out there, but I think it's much slower to do so. Oh no, that was awful. trying to push the corner a little bit, but just slid wide. Martin's going to go up the inside of Declan. Yeah, those two guys, I love that. They're just peeking out, watching the cars go by. They look like maybe military or something. Ooh, oh no, don't hit it. Oh. He slowed up and I rear-ended him into the tree there. Ah, I feel awful. I just mistimed that pass. Oh no. Well, I'm still out here. I feel so bad for Declan. That was, I mean, it's my fault. I just got really close to him trying to push a bit. Whoa, really bogged down there. Yeah, I get it out of my system before the race, but I thought I was going to be able to pull to the inside of him there, but I just nicked the rear bumper and spun him around. He's not too upset about that. Definitely my fault. Go a bit deep again. I gotta back up the corners a bit all over the track. We only got 3 minutes. I got one more lap after this. Ugh. Better through there that time. This one should be close to maybe a little bit better than my last one. Just getting through the end of the lap if I get through it clean. Little lift there. You don't need to do that, but right down to the outside. Oh no! Just clipped the curbing. Shot me wide. Gonna lose a bunch of time. All right. I got one more lap here. Still going to be faster than my last lap, even with that. I guess the accident with Declan there cost me quite a bit of time, so. Slide it through the final corner. That was a 230 flat. I know I can get 227, so I really need to do it this time. It's the last lap I'm going to get in qualifying here. It's nice and easy. Certainly even a couple seconds would be good. I'm in 7th right now though, despite the slower times. Catching up to Jonathan D here. Oh, he's gonna slide it into the tree a bit, sneak up the inside. Worked out for me. Qualifying for the first of 2 races here at Napoli, and then we'll go on to the Targa Florio for the time trial. Big slide rotation there. 1.3 seconds up right now. Just need to get a nice solid end of lap. Still in 7th, holding in 7th. Finally get that corner right. It's just a very, very late apex, and you can't obviously see it on the way in. A couple corners left, not easy ones. 3 seconds up right now. This should be good. If I can just get it through here, all right. Down to 3rd gear. Keep it nice and tight, because you got to go to the right-hander after this. Still carry a good amount of speed, though. There we go. That was decent. All right, cut a line. 226.5. I didn't pick up any spots with that, but it's at least a halfway respectable time. I'll take it. I feel awful that I wrecked Declan, though. Just tell him it's my fault. All right, it looks like Nils, who I had the race with at Monte Carlo last time, got the pole. 224.7. Halfway respectable is your middle name. 2 seconds better than me. Bert, who's been very quick in all the practicing and stuff, in 2nd place here. Back to the usual spot. Frank in 3rd place. Really tight between Bert, Frank, and Ascari. Nico up there as well. Darren, all these guys in the 225s. I'm the first in the 226. I'm a full second off of Darren. So you got like you got Nils, who's on a world of his own. And then you've got Bert through Darren, who are all fairly competitive with each other. Just a couple tenths. So that's going to be really interesting. I got Matt not far behind me. I mean, this is the best lap I've ever done here, so in my 1 hour of practicing, basically. Whoa, somebody crashed there. All right, we got a 7-lap race here, and then I think we're going to go through another qualifying, and then a 9-lap race, and then we'll move on to the Targa Florio. Goals for this one are to definitely not crash anybody out, and also not crash myself out. Remember, we got to deliver these cars to Sicily in one piece, and we're very close now. I think once we get to Sicily, though, you know, it's all fair. All right. All right, everybody lining up now. We got 1 minute. 1 minute till it starts. How many laps of the Targa? So this is a good. I got a 1 minute here. I can read some of the rules to myself because I've not read all of them. Come on. There we go. So Targa Florio, it is a 1-lap time trial, but there's some interesting rules for how it starts. Info. Yeah, it's 1 lap. You get 1 timed lap. I think it's a 20-minute session. Time trial. It's a qualifying session, and it's 20 minutes, so you can restart as many times as you want your lap in the first 20 minutes, but after 20 minutes is done, the lap you're on is it. There's no limit. We can escape to pits. Damage rules still apply, so if I break the car, I'm out. Even if it's before the 20 minutes. There's no race session. So for that one, yeah, it'd just be 1 lap, but it's a 40. I've been doing 42-minute laps, and so it's a decent lap as far as laps go. All right. But we got first before the Targa, we've got 2 races here at Napoli. I think there'll be a little bit of survival in this if any of the prior races are some indication. Lots of ways to end your race abruptly here. So. Yeah, time attack. I mean, that's the way to do the Targa Florio. A head-to-head race would be kind of awful around there. It's just so narrow and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know what my game plan is for like when I go out. I don't want to wait too long because if I do have an issue in the first 20 minutes, I could reset. But is the grid in the pit lane? That's kind of weird. All right. Good on setups. Oh, no. It's just everybody needs to grid. Gotta hold the brake, though. All right, I appreciate y'all being here today. Should be fun. I had a lot of fun with the last one of these. And hopefully these races go well again today. But we got 7 laps here around Napoli Street Circuit. Hold the brakes because we're rolling around. 7 laps to just see what I can do here. Starting 7th on the grid. So I got 1 lap per position to get to the front, right? Yeah, it's not going to be a traditional Targa Florio where we like all line up and go one at a time off the grid. It's kind of a free-for-all, leave within the first 20 minutes type deal. But yeah, we all get 1 lap around the track, and then at the end, I mean, goal is when I get there is to actually finish a lap. All right, time's running low here. Hopefully have a good race. A lot of really quick guys in front of me. I'm half expecting they're all just going to run away. Nobody in the middle, though, in front. All right, here we go. Just waiting for more horns there, but just one. Just one for Napoli. Away we go. First race of the day. Try to settle in. We got 2 guys really close on the outside there. Hope to give some space. That might be Martin. Headed up the grid a bit. Coasted into the first corner, through the square. Ooh, these 2 in front, little fender action. Got Nico Hillebrand on the right. Or no, who's this? Darren. Frank snuck in front of him there. I'll sneak up Martin Bear. That worked out all right for the first corner. Whoa. Maybe second would have been better on the first lap through there. Martin's right behind me now. Trying to pull a little bit of a gap here. He was telling me he was slow, and there he is, so I don't know what that makes me. Darren runs a little bit wide there. I slide the car too, though. It's like Martin and Matt behind me are side by side. A little bit hot again. I'll back up the apex, though. Ooh, just grabbed it. All right. Whoa, right up to that house. Try not to hit anything. Right out to the curbing. Darren just about nicks it. Throw it down the hill here. Can you imagine the sensation of coming over that rise in one of these cars? Even in the sim, I get it a little bit. Oh, a little wag on the grip there for Darren. Come around the final corner. Bit of a slide from me. Not ideal. Kill my exit speed a bit, but get through the first lap. Still in 7th. got 6 laps to go. Martin's falling off a little bit behind, so I really got to focus on Darren here and see if I can stick with him first of all. A bit too fast there. It's a fine line. The tires just give up if you're just slightly too fast. Got a side-by-side in front. Give it a second there to kind of bail out. You can see I'm just losing time though. Those slides, just time goes away. Oh, Darren ran a bit wide there. Nils, wow, Nils has fallen off from the start. He's in the white car. He's got Franek in front of him. Frank giving him the what for. Frank runs a bit wide. Nils gets around him. I imagine that'll be Nils gone then. Interesting, he started on the pole, Nils, so I don't know if he had a bad first lap or something. I'd expect him to maybe pull away now unless Frank can get back around him here. Well, through all that squabbling, I've caught up a little bit now. Just try not to bounce off any of the walls here. Weird to shift up to 4th and then instantly get on the brakes, but definitely faster that way. Darren keeps it to the middle of the road for the final couple of corners. This is great. You're kind of threading a needle the entire time around here. It's quite a lot faster than you think it would be. So if you have an accident, they're always quite large around here. Holding in 7th. Whoa, wagging out wide a little bit. Don't want to throw it into a tree. The field is still quite close up here. There's plenty of time. Feel more confident throwing it in 2nd there, but I think 3rd is faster. Nice and tight. I'm pulling Darren in just slightly here. Getting around is going to be really tricky though. A little too tight that time. Wait to get on the throttle. Whew. I have to very much focus on this. Not watching the chat at all. Hope it's fun to watch so far though. This is really exciting, I guess is a good word for it, for me. It's such cool kind of racing. Oh, I'm gonna run a bit wide there. I had to give it up slightly. Come on. That's all it takes, and Darren pulls out another few tenths. Ooh, just a little nick on the barrier. It's hay bales. That wouldn't damage the car. feel like I might be a little bit quicker through this first sector than Darren, but he's really got it down the back. Almost lost traction there. You can just feel it. I love rFactor 2's got some of the best physics for these kind of cars. There's so much nuance to it. Explore all that nuance and then some. Come on. Don't really want to slide the car like that. I just lose all the acceleration. Darren's ego. I try my hardest. There. All right. Oh, that curve on the outside. My best friend. I imagine that would blow the tires in real life if you nicked a curb like that at high speed. Ah, Darren's just real good through this part. Scrub the curb there. Come on. A bad exit once again. Come to the line. We're on lap 5 already. There's only a few left. Looks like Frank and Nils are going at it again. It's going to need quite an issue with them two to allow me to catch up at this point. Got a really big gap on map behind. So it's all focused forward right now, but Darren is just that little bit quicker than me every lap. That's awful. Come on. Just a little too fast there. I gotta slow it down. After this, we get another try at this. A longer race for the second one. I'm already sweating a lot. And then we go to the Targa Florio. Gonna be an interesting day. Oh, it looks like those two up front did have a problem. Darren's caught right up to Frank. I'm gonna stay right here. You never know. I'll be here, guys, if anything happens. My plan all along. It's 4th, 5th, and 6th, though, right there. It's frustrating when you're just a little bit slower. Oh, not wide enough there. Slide it in. Oh, give those two guys a scare. Off the curbing. I lost a second and a half off my normal through there. All right, 2 more laps to go, though. don't know if the car just slows down a bit as the race goes or what. I didn't feel that slow on that lap. Matt's actually catching me quite a bit too. I gotta be careful here. Oh no! I see that Martin's had an issue. Hopefully he'll be joining us for the next ones. Was pretty good through there. Yeah, they start to handle worse with less fuel. I might actually pop a little more fuel in it for the second race so that have like, I think I can put another 8 liters in, which will help balance the weight out. Problem with the second race is everybody's now had a race of practice as a clobber the curb there. Ah! So everybody will be a little bit better, in theory. Alright, I'll come around and start the last lap. I've fallen off. I'm just going to try to get this thing home without dying. It's definitely loosened up a little bit, we'll say. Oh no, a wheel! I don't know if you can see that wheel. I just got to keep an eye on Matt behind me. He's definitely pulling me in. But if I just have a decent lap, I should be able to hold him off. But it's definitely a suspension and wheel rolling down the front stretch there. Slow it up just a little bit more here. It's like I really want to throw it into the corner fast, but I just don't want the rear end to break away. A little bit there, but that was much better. That's how you do that corner. I'm up 2/10. It's a test in patience, this. Much. About equal distance between Darren in front and Matt behind. You can just see him there. Might be a little closer to me than I, Darren. Oh yeah, he's a lot closer to me than I am to Darren. All right, we'll come through the end of the lap though. Well, not so much action in this one for me. Just kind of what I said might happen happened. They're just a bit faster up front. Final couple of corners here. End race number 1 at Napoli. See another tire there. Was that Nils? Did Nils break the car right at the finish line? Oh no, you got hit. I think Nils crashed right at the finish line. Oh my god, I'm so hot. Sorry to hear, Martin. I saw you there, and you were telling me how slow you were going to be, and then you were like just as fast as I was. So I was wondering what that means about me. Come on. Let's see here, though. Who won? Nico Hillebrand wins his own league. Look at that. Oh, come on. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. This is like the scene. Have any of you guys seen Trains, Planes, and Automobiles? John Candy gets stuck while he's driving down the highway and he has to steer with his knees. At least I wasn't trying to do that while I was driving. All right. Race 2 coming up. But yeah, Nico wins ahead of Bert. Really close up there, actually. Ahead of Ascari, Franek, Nils, Darren, and then myself. Started where I finished. Wasn't too exciting of a race, but sometimes they be like that. Yeah, in the movie, John Candy gets his jacket like looped around the sides of the seat. Yeah, that movie's so good. I gotta watch that again. It snowed again in Boston, and that movie to me is like a Christmas winter movie. All right, Martin Bear's back for race 2. So I believe we have to qualify again, but I think it's even shorter this time, if I'm not mistaken. No, another 10-minute quali, but it's still quite short. We had a good field, though. I think over 20, just about as many as last time, 24 cars today. Finished 7th. It's not bad. It just felt like I didn't make any progress. Ugh. Good racing, though. See if I can pick up anything on in quali in race 2. Although I did a really, I mean, for me, a good lap. I'll leave the fuel the same for quali for race 2, but then I think I'm gonna up the fuel. I can add a few more liters, and I think that'll help. That's my plan. Need to have something. I don't think I'm just gonna naturally suddenly be quickest. Burton, you went side by side. You went side by side 70% of all the laps, and you still beat us. Or beat me. Beat everybody. Guys are too rapid for me. Yeah. Yeah, Bacha. I love that too. Yeah, John Candy anything is good to me. I watched maybe like 6 months ago. There's a documentary about him, and I knew. Sometimes there's these shows or movies that you're like, yeah, that's gonna make me really sad to watch, but I really want to watch it, and that's definitely one of those. I think I was like the perfect age where John Candy was like really the guy. Ascari. When Ascari can't keep up, that's when you know they're fast up there. See if I can do any better here in the second one. You never know. Some qualifying stuff could happen where the field gets jumbled a little bit, and I do love John Candy's Orson Welles impression. It's so good. John Candy and Steve Martin are a great pair. Yeah. I've never seen. There's a good it's a YouTube video I think about how that movie was such a disaster to make. All right, we're in qualifying for race 2, though. I gotta stop thinking about John Candy and think about the race. Oh, I got hit. I think we're all a little bit screwed on the Targa. I'm definitely out of practice. All right, got time to do, what, 3 laps again? With all the knowledge of race 1 behind me, I don't know if I'll be able to go quicker or not, but we'll see if I can beat that, what was it, 26.4 that I did in the first race. So we got this one race here, one more race here. There's a 9-lap race, this one coming up. So a little bit longer, a couple more laps. And then we'll be headed to the Targa Florio for the TT. And I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll see. First time properly competing on the laser scanned version of the Targa Florio. We'll be driving the latest Abel's version for rFactor 2, and it's a beauty, but it's just that little bit different than the one that I know really well. And so I'm not quite as confident about it. But excited to see if I can make it around the lap and do at least a somewhat decent time. I'm sure there'll be a couple guys that are just rapid. Daniel lets me by there. Thank you. Got Ervin in front. Trying not to murder anybody in the qualifying this time. But yeah, well, my track knowledge of the Targa Florio is largely based in the original version, which is just that little bit different. But I should be able to make it. I'm pretty positive I can make it around the lap. It's just, will I be in a low 42, and will that be competitive? I don't think anybody's done a sub 40-minute lap in these cars yet, but I think it could be possible, honestly, if you were really on it. Yeah, I know there's a few guys in here that are just really good around there, and especially that version of it. I think they did the race last year that I missed, the full distance one around that version. So there's going to be some folks here that have actually practiced it. All right, we'll start my first qualifying lap, though. I got a bunch of traffic in front, but I think that's just how it is in these quick sessions. I wish you could preserve the relative between sessions in rFactor 2. That wasn't good. We got a bunch of folks here. Trying to get around there, just missed the braking. It's all right. Get through this lap, get a banker in. That's my favorite thing to do, apparently. Plenty of room for improvement. Yeah, Ascari is always very quick in these. I got Martin again behind me. I really wasn't able to practice much this week, though, because of the rally. These are my racing driver excuses, but I was just doing the Safari Rally stuff all week, so this was an afterthought. But I really wanted to do this today, so hopefully I can at least finish everything. right out to the curbing, but I just got it. That was nice. Well, that felt really nice. The Ricciardo in front here. Get run wide. Oh, I missed that turn in. I got another car backwards. See, a lot of cars spun out. There's Ricciardo. All right, clears the way. Come across the line. Whoa! Oh, I thought I did a 225. No, 228. Well, that's not very good. Sitting 5th right now, though. Got a couple laps left. Oh, man. Car in front runs real wide there. He's going to almost hit a tree. Oh, there's Declan. I got in front of Declan this time without hitting him, which is good. Yeah, everybody's, you feel real juiced up from the first race, and you're like, I can do anything. Oh no. Well, that's my session over. I could have avoided hitting that, and I decided to gun it and hope that it didn't hurt me that much, and it totally destroyed the rear wheel. It's my first time losing a wheel in this series. Let's watch it. Pulled by the pit board, yeah. Yeah, I just had a little bit of a leap there, and shame. Well, at least I got one lap in, but it's not a very good one. I can do anything. Yeah. Those hay bales, man. All right, well, that's the end of qualifying for me. Sitting 8th right now, but I'm expecting to slide down the order. Let's watch somebody that's very good at. Let's watch Ascari. Let's watch him just gently drive the car around. Watch this. Oh, he's not even trying right now. All right, we'll go to somebody else. All right, let's watch Hillebrand. Won the last race. Maybe I can learn something. Yeah, league rules are that if you lose a tire, you're out for this session. So, luckily, it's not as brutal as I thought it was last time, where you're out for the whole race. But he's got a lot of traffic here to negotiate. He keeps it very narrow through there. I think that's definitely better. Yeah, I need to build the car out of hay bales. They're like that. Oh, so much dust. You're just kind of hoping that the line's going to be clear there. Going to get up right behind this car in front who dives out of the way. Man, it's like a Senna qualifying moment. Cars in front just trying not to be the one to get into the way. Slides over the top of the hill. Thing you'll see here, and he'll probably do it as soon as I say this, but he's not going to slide the car around at all. That I lose so much time sliding. Look at this. Yeah, nice and tidy. There's no slide there. All right, Nico, show me the way. He's got the car in front of him, and that guy's trying to qualify too, so you can't, this is just how it goes. Trying to get him on the outside here. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Yeah, that kind of spoiled Nico's lap, too, and I think he's probably on the last one. We'll watch Darren here. It's a little bit further along in the lap. He was just that little bit quicker than me last race. A little bit nicer of a line there. they're all keeping it a bit tidier through that right-hander, so I gotta take that to heart. All right, Darren was really good through this part last race. Yeah, all flat there. He's not quite getting to that outside wall. Maybe that's just this lap. Just tidy, tidy, tidy. Comes over the top. Yeah, I'm really trying to open up the track too much, maybe. I know, the crashes, they're very slow, but these cars just get away from you. They have such little grip. I mean, everything is kind of proportional to the car, so like they don't have infinite grip or something because they're so light. They just like slide around very, very easily. Just nice and smooth there for Darren. What was that? I didn't see what the lap was. 226.1. 3/10 better than my best lap. I guess he's got one more lap here. I'll sit on board with him. Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice pairing. These cars, I think they're actually pretty good entry points for this type of racing, because they still require you to have the kind of handling that you'll need to do in all of these older cars, but they're a little slower in general, so you can recover if you're having an issue. They're not bad to look at either. Oh yeah, I mean, a lot of times when you're having an accident in these, you like know it's coming. I could have avoided that accident, but I kept my foot in it because I didn't want to. I thought I might be able to get away with it and not mess up my lap completely, but clearly not. Did you guys see those things? What are these? Hold on. Hold on. Hopefully the session doesn't end before I get there. What are these things? They're really out of the way, obviously. I'm not poking fun at Italo tracks. Oh, that is the end of the session. All right, where did I end up? Am I down here in 10th? All right, I got 1 minute. I'm going to jump away for just a second, and then we'll be back for the race. All right. Race 2 here in Napoli. Still some water. Very on brand for this today. But got a few more spots to try to pick up in this one. I think I'm starting 10th. Thank you, rFactor 2. All right, let me just add a little fuel. Oh, we're full. Maybe I did that. No, we don't have the setup on. That's why I was so slow. I didn't reload the setup. Oh my God, beginner mistake. It's tough to tell because the car doesn't drive that differently. Karate sings. All right, starting 10th this time. I know I'm faster than at least a couple of the guys in front, but it's going to all be about trying to get through the start of this race clean. Everybody's just on their horns. Classic. All right. Need a clean race here. I don't want to crash out of the race itself, but got 9 laps here around Napoli, and then we'll be headed to the Targa Florio for the time trial. Hopefully this one goes at least as well as the first one, but maybe a bit more exciting here, starting a little further back. So we'll see. Gotta hold the brake on the grid because it just rolls backwards. All right, here we go. Just one horn. Whoa, we went really wide there. We're like 2 or 3 wide. Bit daring jumping up the outside. Oh, we got some fenders behind me. Try to keep it nice and smooth here. That one car on my left, I think. All right, head down the hill. Got David on the left side here. Martin's a couple cars in front. Slid a little bit. Mark coming up the left side. I got the right side, which would be the better line down at the bottom of the hill here. He backs out of it. Get into second for this first lap. All right, survived. I'm still 10th though. I tried to pick up a couple spots there off the line. I had a good launch there, but not a lot I could have done with it being on the outside. This guy's behind, just looking for that lunge. There's a lot of opportunities to lunge here. David fades to the inside. I'll just try to take the proper line, see if I can make it work more for me. Slide it. Come on. Ooh, we got a couple side by side up front. Spin out. David runs a bit wide as well. I'll get up the inside. I'm back to 7th. I don't know who that was that had the accident there, but a couple got together up there. I'll try to run away from David and see if I can catch Martin here. Keep it just a little tighter. Ran a little wide there. David's gonna have a bit of a run. Not really a place you can pass though. Martin's very wide. Oh, David gets spun. I think Tom got into him there, if I was to guess. Oh, that's unfortunate. Martin locks up the lefts. Hold on to her, buddy. Wow, right out to the edge. All right. Try to set up Martin here for the first corner. Made her around though, that's the important part. Martin have that. He was ahead of me. Ooh, Martin, hold on to her, bud. Hopping all over the curves. Oh, you're just walking it out there. Well held. Yeah, he's not gonna let me have it. Oh, Tom gets real close to me as well. They both just chuck it in there, man. Frank behind him. Wouldn't expect anything less. Maybe that was Frank that had the issue in the first lap. I think he was probably up front. Oh, I could have jumped up the inside of Martin there. I didn't realize he'd be slower. Right on him. He blocks the inside. Come on. Oh, come on, Tom. That's like the 4th time he's done that. Well, I survived, but I knew that was going to happen. I just lost him in the rearview mirror and knew he was going to come flying up the inside. All right, no matter. I think we're all right. We got Martin here. Oh, I'm going to catch him in the trickiest spot to catch somebody. Martin's really it's making it tough for me. Well, I don't want to hit him. He's very wide. Frank's right on me now, of course. So now we got Frank to deal with behind. Martin, I gotta get around Martin here. I don't really want to cause an accident with Frank here. Clip the curving there. Frank doesn't give an inch. I know I'm quicker than Martin. I just need to get back to him and hope that I don't get passed by Frank here in the meantime. It's just this one, you just open it up to try to make the corner, but it's very easy place to do what Tom was doing. Try to, oh, Frank was sliding too, but I also lost a bunch of time sliding. Try to keep it tidier here. Ooh, I caught Frank off there. Just gonna back the corner up. This isn't really a place you can pass anyway, so. I love it. You get the natural God rays going through there with the dust being kicked up. Well, I just got the curving there. Trying to sit on the apex to make sure Frank couldn't get the run on me. This is good. It's a little frustrating, but it's a lot more exciting than the first race. Whoa, Martin, hold on to her. Kicked it up onto two wheels there. It's going to be offline. Just balance it. All right, I got to get around him. Just Martin's very capable in that he's not going to like make this big error. Like maybe he doesn't quite know the line in practice or something, but he's very quick at this, so he's just making it difficult to get around. He's like me at Monte Carlo last time with Nils. Had to lift. You can't do it the over-under there because the road just keeps going. Come on. Slide it there. Frank's right on me now. Like, I could hope Martin makes a mistake. I'm just not that confident he'll do that. Might have nicked the outside wall there just ever so slightly. Oh, Frank goes for it. Wow, well held there. I don't think you could pass there. That, I don't know, I'll have to watch that back. I didn't feel like I did anything wrong, but he went for the lunge. All right, I've just got Martin now. Martin's worst nightmare is I don't have to worry about Frank behind me. We're already on lap 5. It's a 9-lap race, this one. I know Martin's well experienced. I'm not expecting him to make a mistake, so I gotta get around him honestly. Right against the curbing there. I also expect Martin to get faster as this race goes on. Oh, he actually locked it up there. Hold on to her, Martin. Oh, he just avoided the tree. Martin's coming quite narrow there, but the way this corner is, you can't really do an over-under. So the road just keeps going, so. I know. He put the car, he gave me space. I could have put it up there, maybe I should have, but, oh, there we go. There's a big one, and he goats me into the same thing. Gloves are off here at Napoli. Trying to get around Martin here. We've got just a few laps left to do it. Ooh, he knocks the wall, gives the military guard there a bit of a scare. Hold on to her, Martin. Ooh, I get into the curbing as well, but I'm up the inside now. There we go. All right, run away. Both made a few mistakes there, but was finally able to do it as I really launch it in here. That was an awful final corner. I think he got a worse run out though than me. nice and smooth here. Not able to make that apex. This is the toughest corner for me today. Side by side with Martin. Try not to make the same mistake I did in qualifying. He's got to lunge it in there. Come on. Martin's a quick learner. Not expecting him to stay slow forever. But got back around him there. Just had the better line. Keep it a little narrow there. Ooh, he got a little sideways. All right. Got a small gap on him now. Just need to get through the end of the lap here. I've lost the whole flow to this top part of the circuit. There we go. Finally did the final sector halfway decent, come across the line. Should be 3 laps to go. Up P6, I'm 1 better than last race. I started 10th in this one though, so it was a little harder. Really good battling there with Frank and Martin. Franek's still back there though. I would never say never. I know he's quick. He must have had, I think it was him we saw with some issue in the first lap near the bridge where I got around, so. Finally, half a second I picked up through there. It's crazy how much time you can lose in simple corners. Like that. There goes a full second probably. Martin's back. That was ugly. Hopefully I can watch that replay with Frank after the race just real quick. I don't think I did anything there. I think he just kind of went for it, and it was kind of a hard place to get around. Still the likely crowd in front. I think the only difference is Frank's not up there this time. One day, maybe I'll be able to compete with them. 20 seconds up the road. I mean, we were battling and everything, but they're just so much faster. Doing? Come on. All right, 2 more. No, not everybody's running 3 pedals and a shifter. I think a lot of them are, but there's no real way to enforce that in games. And not everybody has the equipment to do that, so I'd rather have more people racing than forcing people to buy new equipment or not be able to race at all. I know Nico does with 3 pedals and a shifter, and he won the last race, so it's not necessarily faster to do paddle shifting or something. You got to be really good at this stuff, regardless. Tires getting a little slick now. That fuel's burning off or whatever it is. Oh my God, that was a mess. All right, we'll come down, get the white flag. Seems like maybe I've caught these guys in front slightly. Might be battling though. They're way up the road though. Oh, we got another tire. I think I see what it is now. Cars, like they spawn just with the tire or something. All right, come across the line though. Final lap at Napoli. We're headed to the Targa Florio next to finish our expedition here. That's going to let Frank actually pull me in quite a lot there. Ah, come on. Frank got around Martin. Oh my God, he's right there. All right, I got to fend off Frank for the end here. I'm sure he's not happy about what happened earlier, regardless of whose fault it was. Looking car behind me. Just don't think you'd ever be able to do a move around the outside there. Keeps the speed up though. Ah, I threw that all away in the first corner here. He had a little bit of a slide. Gives me just a breath. He's gonna catch me right at the same spot too. I gotta be perfect through here. Just get the paint just a little bit. Like new, it's fine. And run over the top of the hill. He's gonna have a run here down. Right at the same spot too. Well, just thrashing it in. Put it in second here for the final corner. Oh, just hold off Frank there at the line. He came with a rush there. I messed up the first big left-hander up here pretty bad. Great racing though. Let's see if I can quickly see what happened earlier in the race with Frank and I before we have to jump to the Targa Florio. This is going to be after I got in front of him. Come on. Someone's trying to pass him. There we go. He goes for the lunge there. Yeah, I don't think that's my fault. I'm not going to be able to find him. Oh my god. This thing, it doesn't actually even go to the right person. Come on, where is he? We're just going to go between Martin and Ricardo the whole time? What is this? This does not work well. There we go. To the inside. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I actually had to avoid him there, so I think that was just a spin yourself. Yeah, I think he went a little bit deep. But all right. Well, looks like Bert was able to get the win ahead of Nico in that one, though, which is nice. We've had two different winners so far today. All right, I got to find the session. Let's see here. No, we didn't touch at all, but I wasn't sure if I like squeezed him and therefore he had to drive, turn even harder to avoid me. But yes, nice. I think I found it. So, we've got the Targa Florio now. This is a time trial race, so it's basically like a qualifying session. And we each get one lap as long as we start that lap within the first 20 minutes of the session. So, I guess if you have an accident that doesn't mean you've lost a wheel or something in the first 20 minutes, you can actually restart your lap. As long as you start your lap before 20 minutes is up, then that's going to be your lap you're on. You got to do the whole lap. I'm predicting if I do an okay lap, it'll be 42 minutes. Do I have a rig tour? I do. Yeah, I did one a couple years ago, and my rig is almost identical to how it was a couple years ago, so it's pretty relevant. Yeah, so we get 20 minutes here to start our lap, and then see how we do. But I'm expecting it to take about 42 minutes to do a lap. I'd be happy if I get a 42-minute lap in the 42s. I've been doing high 42s. If I can get even lower than that, low 42 would be great. And then we'll see where everybody else fills in, and those are the results. So it's kind of a traditional style Targa Florio. Is it gonna be nighttime? I hope it's not nighttime. That seems evil. I hope it is brighter than this. Doing a full lap of the Targa Florio at night would be... It says day, so I imagine it will be day. But yeah, if you've never seen the Targa Florio before, in my opinion, this is the greatest racing circuit in the world. And this is a LiDAR GPS data-based version of it from Abels. Which means it's really accurate. Oh, we're already in it, though. Making sure this is the session. All right. Well, I'm going to grab the same setup I was just using at Napoli. Only difference... I'm going to pop it full of fuel, and I'm going to be running... I hope this isn't a mistake, but I am going to run the largest gear stack because we need it for the Buonfornello at the end. In my opinion. All right. We are in the session. I'm going to give it a little a small bit of time because I don't want to be behind somebody. My hope is I can just do it on the first lap. I don't want to reset a bunch of times. I might do a quick run up to the start though, just to make sure everything feels good, and then properly start. I appreciate you joining me though. I don't know how much I'll be able to look at the chat during this. The Targa Florio demands all of my attention. All right, no more jazz. It's business time, no jazz. All right, this is not going to be my actual start. I'm going to well, let's see how it feels. If this feels good, I'm just going to go for it. Might as well. But come through the final. This is the final corner on the circuit, on the track. We'll come to the start, and it's a flying start. But hopefully, in 42 minutes time, I'm right back here. We'll start a lap though, Targa Florio. We'll work our way, so we're going to Cerda. This is the first part of this, and it's a nice road up to Cerda. Pretty fast most of it, but there's a few gotchas, mostly left-handers as we're against a valley here. It's a small climb up to Cerda, but it really starts climbing after that, so this is mostly flat-ish. Up and down, but not quite so severe as we'll see later. Come down, there's a hairpin at the bottom of the hill here, second gear for it. It's nice and steady stuff. A lot of spectators out. They weren't there on the practice server. Well, a little bit slow through the left-hander there. It's all right, carry the speed. Just want to be smooth on this lap. We saw how much time I was losing for sliding around Napoli, and I think that's just gonna, I mean, you don't get that immediate feedback because I don't have a relative, unfortunately. It would be nice to have a relative for this, but San Calogero mountain in the background there. I believe that's what it's called. All right. Got some cars ahead, but I'm hoping if I catch somebody, they'll just let me by. If somebody catches me, I will let them by because that means they're likely a lot quicker than I was, and I don't want to spoil their lap. All right, come down to another hairpin. Second gear for a lot of this stuff. Big slide there, it's all right. We're gonna be sliding a lot. I'm gonna try not to, but I'm sure we'll end up sliding a lot, especially as the fuel burns off. All right, decently fast run here. Outlap, that would be crazy. It's 42 minutes around here, so there's definitely more than 40 minutes. All right, this is where things get a little high commit. It's a pretty fast left-hander here. Tricking out of it a little bit. Just want to get right up to the wall. All right, down to another hairpin. Extra pavement on the inside. The photographers decided to take it up today, though. Or it's a man with his child. Watch out. Easy to throw it into the grass there. You got some areas where you can get away with running off. Of course, not good for time, but let it drift out to the wall here. Want the late apex. All right, this is a bit tighter than it looks. Down to second gear. Running out, getting close to Cerda now. In fact, I think next couple of corners we'll be there. Cerda is the first of 3 different towns we're going to meet or go through. We'll go by a couple more. All right, entrance to Cerda. Here's the sign. Right on the right. Oh, I guess it's not on this version. Bridge can catch you out here. But trying to make a run. It's very fast through Cerda. Here's the sign. Should be all flat through these left-handers headed up the hill. I think there's a cathedral right at the top, or a church right at the top of this hill. Get it down to second. Oh, a lot of spectators. They weren't here. I'm not lying that they weren't on the track during practice, so it's actually, this is cool. It's a little more crowded and everything. All right, flat out through Cerda then. It's a little smoother on this version than the old Grand Prix Legends one, maybe by 73. This one's modeled more after like 73. Come to the end of Cerda though. Out of second gear. Yeah, the thing is, the spectator positioning is fairly realistic. People were all over the place in real life. All right, exiting Cerda is really going to start to climb now. We're headed towards a hairpin at the end of this section. Most of this is quite flat in this car. It's a little more challenging in a faster car through here. This little switchback here will be a lift. All right, and we come up to the hairpin. This is the first place a lot of people will definitely crash if you don't know where you're going. All right, now we're headed towards Sclafani Bagni, but it's quite a ways till we get there. And if I talk like this the whole time, I'm going to be very parched by the end of this lap, I think. Get back down to second gear. I got nobody behind me. Scari's 48 seconds back there, according to the relative, so shouldn't have to worry about somebody behind unless I have a crash. It's already, we only have 12 minutes left to restart if something bad happens, but we won't even get halfway around before we have to read the session restart timers up. All right, but we're all flat through here. It's a quick chicane. This is a little less severe on this version up at the top of the hill here. Still giving quite a breath. Oh, it spits you out wide though. All right, now we'll come to a series of right-handers, and these are tricky. It's tough to know which ones you got to slow down a lot for. I'll play it a little bit safe. I'm still learning a lot of this track because it's just that much different than the old one. There's a few though that you can carry a lot more speed through, and I'm gonna kick myself for lifting, but like this is faster, then it slows up, but not quite as much because it's the third apex. All right, coming up to Mark here. Oh, don't crash, bud. It's gonna let me by, thank you, bud. All right, coming up to my corner. This is where I crashed during HRSC. We'll never do that again. Carry a bit of speed through that one. Generally, the white and black checker kind of board that you see with the chevrons on it denotes that there's a tighter corner there. It's a good rule of thumb to go off of. But yeah, not always. Like this is one I can't remember. Yeah, oh, this is the one I actually run wide here quite often. Happy I slowed down for it, because yeah, this leads into the forest section. Remember this always, because there's actually some trees here. Fast flick to the right. Trying to carry as much speed as possible. So far, so good. This is, if I can keep this up for the whole thing, I'll be ecstatic. A little too slow there, but it's all right. Oh, I can see another car ahead. Got a little hidden switchback here, though. So Matt right up the way. It's quite far ahead, though. It's just some parts of the track you can see each other a lot further into the distance. Well, that's a bit fast. First time off the road, it's all right. carried the speed. It's going to happen more than once, I'm sure. Most of these bollards don't matter. They don't really cause any damage, but there's a select few which will wreck you. And so you just don't want to hit any of them. All right, come through this little kink. Enjoy the scenery, because I won't be looking at it, but it is impressive on this version. This is an extremely tight corner that's easy to understeer on. Good in second gear through there, just trying to carry the speed, don't get bogged down. I've got the long gearing set because we're going to need it for that final straight, but it is a question. I'm curious if anybody goes medium, because a lot of this would benefit from shorter gears. And you're obviously on this part of the track a lot longer than the straight. I like not having to shift as much, though. I think that might help carry the speed, be a little smoother. All right, deep breaths. Coming up to another 180-degree hairpin. This one not quite as tight as the last one, but still difficult. It's plenty tight. Up to, there's a really tight section up here. A little bit fast. We're all right. Yeah, here we come to the tight section. This is one of the slowest places on the entire track. It's going to come right before we start hitting some of the switchbacks. But yeah, this couple of corners here, I spun out here yesterday doing a test. First gear for just a minute. You can't quite be as fast on the exit here as you could on the old version, but still carrying some speed. All right, we'll work downhill now towards some hairpins at the bottom of the hill. Seven minutes to go to restart. We're about a quarter of the way into the lap. Things get a little less familiar on parts of this from here. Can carry a lot of speed down the hill here. I don't quite have the confidence. Oh, a little knock to the rear, it's all right. All right, first of the hairpins. There's another one at the bottom of the hill here. No, not halfway. We're halfway to halfway. All right, bottom of the hill, hairpin. Now we're gonna work across a bridge and then work up a bunch of switchbacks to get up to Cultivatoro is at the top of the hill. We'll pass the exit to Sclafani Bagni. Quick left-right here, or right-left, and then on to the switchbacks. This one sneaks up on you if you don't know it's here. All right. That section we just went through is easy one to have a big incident on, so I'm happy to get through all that. You can see another car way at the top of the hill. This is so cool. I love racing around this track with other people. I've done so many laps on various versions of the circuit alone. It can get kind of lonely. So to see other cars out there is great fun. Bit hot, carry the speed though. All right, right on the right here, I believe, is the exit to Sclafani Bagni. Or the next one, not this one. Apparently there's a little town up the hill here. There it is. Right on the right there, you would head over to up that little road. But now we'll head towards Calta Vittoro. This is another section that can have, you know, the whole track. There's just parts of it that can get you. I'll try my best here to carry speed. Already hit a couple things here and there, but mostly clean thus far. I don't think any damage that's going to hurt me. All right, there's a few of these kind of tighter corners at the bottom of hills. Where the ambulance is on the other version. This guy levitating there on the right. All right, you can see Calta Vittoro in the distance if you look straight ahead there, but it'll be a minute before we get there as I run. Oh, that's really hard. Come on now. Make a good dent in the Armco there. Hopefully the steering is still straight. Getting distracted by the towns. I think it's still straight somehow. That was a hard knock. All right, there's a few tighter right-handers here, like this one. So we're working towards a bridge that's going to cross a river that gets us over to the town that you can just see through the trees there. But we're not going to go through that town. We're going to leave the road just before it gets there. This is all the route that the original Targa Florio would take. But once we get to Calta Vittoro, we're going to jump onto the short circuit. The Piccolo circuit here, but the original Targa Florio actually continued on through the town there. Right out to the spectators, giving them what they, I would say, paid for, but you didn't have to pay to attend this race. You just rocked up to the side of the hill. All right, a few more hairpins. I know. I love that little fact that this is the short circuit. 72 kilometers. But it was. But in my opinion, I mean, I've never driven the full one. I guess it would be cool to see, but I think this length it's still achievable. It's a lot to learn, but you always feel like you could uncover a little bit more. I think Ascari's closing in on me quite a bit. If I can stay in front of him for the rest of the lap, though, I'll be happy. All right, come over the bridge here, down to second gear. Try not to hit these fences. These ones hurt. We're gonna head up the hill here. And this is where the road to Calta Vittoro goes straight, but we're actually gonna curve down to the left and now head towards Colazzano, really, but there's a little bit until we get there. But yeah, that road is where the original circuit, or the longer circuit, continued on. All right, this corner gets you very deceptively tight. And this is one of my favorite parts of the track. We'll see if I can get through here all right, but a run downhill a bit. A lot of walls, though, on this part, which you don't want to hit too hard. Coming up on the 20 minutes here, so we're not quite halfway, but anybody that wants to do a lap has to start it right about now, or else they're not going to score. So we're all on our lap. All right, we're working towards Scalato, and that's the halfway mark. We're not quite there yet, but a couple minutes we'll be there. This is deceptive. It's a little faster than you think it would be for the start of it. With the great mountains in the background there. A little wide. We're all right. Pretty fast run downhill here towards Scalato, though, and It's there's a lot of places where you can have problems. There's some hairpins at the bottom of this hill that really sneak up on you, and this track has a few less visual cues by this point to tell where you are. I should mention this track is still technically, I think Abels is calling it an alpha. I feel like it's quite far along to be called an alpha, but he has plans to do so much more. I think they want to actually rebuild a lot of it using even better data, which, I mean, I can't even imagine. This is already so good. But yeah, highly recommend if you've never driven around this and you want a new challenge. All right, this is where this downhill gets quite fast. It's not this one. There's a corner very much like that down here that brings you into a hairpin. A little fast there. Get some slip in it. Oh, the downshift did not help me. Crap. Oh no. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get up this hill. Maybe. Come on. This is all very steep. Can I get through here? There's a guardrail there. No. There goes my lap time. I'm a lucky guy. Come on. It's 20 seconds at least. Here comes Ascari. I don't want to block him. Man, it was such a good lap up to that point too. I'm very lucky I got back on the circuit here, but I shouldn't have shifted down. I would have had that. But here's the hairpin I was talking about. All right, settle back in. I was really hoping I could get through a clean lap of this. I mean, at least I didn't get any damage, but that ruins it so much. At least 30 seconds gone there. It's all right, we'll continue on. Not even halfway. Insult to injury. I'm just all over the place now. Ascari's caught me. What am I doing? Here's Ascari now. I mean, I'm gonna let him by because he's gonna be quicker than me. All right, we're working towards Scalata, so we're just about halfway. I'm so gutted. All right, here we are, halfway. Long right-hander here. I'm gonna let Ascari by here. This is very, very narrow from here on up. Try to steal some of his speed here. Got over a minute to David behind, so. All right, we'll just try to finish the lap. At least I'll finish, but I was very eager to see what I could do as a lap time. And just really messed it up there. Luckily going down the hill and not hitting anything. I mean, it's a rare day. Rare day where you can do that around here. I'm so surprised I got back up that hill. There's some hills there's no way. All right, these Scalata hairpins. So now we've got a ways to go, but the We're going to wind up over a hill and then back down the other side, and that will get us towards Colazzano. We're going to go through Borgo Eras on the way, which is a fun section. A lot of good track to go. Once you get to Colazzano, that begins the real downhill back to the Mediterranean. I don't think I've got any damage. I don't feel anything. I'm sure I've got a little bit of damage, but one more of these sharp right-handers up here. Get us through this hill. Take the left up here to Colazzano. So this is where the thumbnail's from, if you wanted to know. A lot of real-life pictures through this part of the track. Very, very beautiful. Lost radiator. Oh, that was wild yesterday. Happy I finished. I've learned a little bit more about how the game works since then, and I feel like I probably lost a lot more time in the rally than I needed to. But all right, we're working up towards Borgo Eras now. Just like a little hamlet, as far as I understand it. A little bit wide there. Still a long way to go. We're over halfway now, but almost 26 minutes into the lap at this point. All right, top of the hill here. I'm not sure where Borgo Eras is around here, but I always feel like it's this building. I'm not sure if that's true though. Come through here. I've stuck on a Scari, surprisingly. I don't know if it's just helping me to have a car in front, but if I could ride his coattails, I mean, I will have lost like 40 seconds at least compared to him. A couple quick corners down here. There's one awesome little bend that you can kind of go flat out through if you're brave. Whoa, this guy's brave on the inside. Here it is. I love that. All right, we'll kick it to this left-hander here. All right, we're headed towards Colazzano now properly. Colazzano is one of the most, if you search for pictures of the Targa Florio, it's one of the things you're going to see a lot of photos of. It's got the famous hairpin in it. Yeah, see you guys in the chat. I mean, they still do the Targa Florio as a rally these days, and they break this up into stages. Like a lot of this road, from what I understand, you cannot actually drive a lap of this whole circuit anymore. There's parts of the road that don't exist or are washed out or disrepaired. You can drive a lot of it though, and the parts that still do exist, they run a road rally on them. And I think it would be awesome if somebody made these stages, the real stages that they use these days for RBR. How fun would it be to do like a modern Targa Florio in RBR? I just don't have any of the skills to do that, but maybe they could work with Abels and get the data. I don't know how that works. It'd be very cool. Yeah, it's one of my goals to get here eventually, though. And I know Floriopoulos, the start. Ooh, did he contact the wall there? Saw a little dust. The start line, the whole structure with the pit building and everything was Said to be demolished recently, but I think it survived for now at least, but it sounds like I gotta get there sooner or later if I want to see that. All right, working down the hill properly to Colazzano now. Basically running around this mountain here, and it's basically going to be all downhill for the rest until we get to the Buonfornello. There we go. Nice. But if you were here a couple years ago, I did a Targa Florio full distance with Ascari as my teammate. But it was on the old version of this track, and it was with 60 sports cars, so this is quite a bit different. But that was a lot of fun. Hopefully I can do that again in the future. I would love to do another full distance one. Redeem myself. All right. Wrap around the ridge here. You would see Colazzano kind of over the top of the hill here if it was fully finished being modeled. There's a few missing buildings on this version of it, but you get the most important ones. So we'll run down the hill here. Ascari knows what he's doing through here. You're always better at certain parts of the road than others. Like he knows what he's doing through here very well. I'm losing a lot of time. All right, coming around the corner. So we'll go into Colazzano. There it is, entry boards, here it is. Deceptive corner here at the bottom of the hill. Not a lot of references to judge how fast you're going into it. We got this very tight one here. All right, head towards the famous hairpin. Hey, at least I've made it this far. Still have quite a lot of tricky stuff to go though. All right, around the hairpin. All right, and now very much downhill. So we'll exit the town here and head towards Campo Felice. This can be tricky. Going downhill is always a little harder than going uphill because the car naturally wants to go faster. The rear end is more likely to step out if you're not careful. You can see the Mediterranean way off in the distance, but we're going to go all the way to it. Campo Felice is at the very bottom of the hill, and that's where we'll get on the Buonfornello. It was a little slow there. Yeah, there's just a few spots here where I'm not 100% confident, and better be safe than sorry. All right. Yeah, most of the time when you see these chevron signs, it means it's pretty tight. Second gear. This one not quite as tight. Oh, never mind. Faked me out there. Catching Ascari a little bit. Having a slipstreaming buddy for the Buonfornello wouldn't be the worst. Be good for him. I assume he's not had any big mistakes. want to hit anything with the tire, run a little wide, clip one of those bollards or something. It's a quick way to end the whole thing. C run. Yeah, it's not such a bad name for it. It's the run down from Colisano to Campo Felice. It's deceptively quite difficult. There's just a lot of high commit corners. It's a bit faster than a lot of the rest of the circuit. But in real life, you'd start to smell the sea, I imagine, and you can see it there. You can see the sea. Hoping for still like a 43-minute lap. I think I lost 45 seconds with that whole charade. Well, then the spin after it too. I don't know how much time I lost, but if I can be in the 43s, I think that'll be pretty good for the rest of it. So we'll see. A little more difficult stuff to go. Oh! Scary disappeared for a second there, and I thought he crashed, but maybe the whole server had a bit of a problem. We're good, hopefully. All right, we're getting there, almost there. This is the fast one, yeah. That's the fast one. I knew it, but I just didn't 100% know it. Definitely don't want to go that fast through this one. All right, a few corners to go yet, and we'll be at Campo Felice. Always a welcome sight. Means that you're very close to a quick rest spot. Certainly a bite to eat if you needed to. Decided to keep it in third there. I would love to be a little bit closer to Ascari because I think we're going to be just a little too far apart to have a slipstream. Depending on the gearing, though. I mean, if he didn't take the top gearing, maybe I'll be able to pass him. We'll see. All right. Oh, that's too fast. Oh my God, that's a hard hit. Oh, the car is very crooked now. What a bad lap. Trying to continue on, but yeah, it's not straight anymore. Definitely hurt the toe. Here we are. Oh, it's right there too. I was trying too hard to catch him, like, silly idea. All right, I made it to Colisano, but the car's a little worse for wear. Wow, rough lap today. Unpredictable turning. It's gonna be tricky. There's a few really fast corners. Luckily, the Buonfornello's kink, which is quite a scary corner normally, is not so hard in these cars. As I run real wide in front of the cathedral, get it around. There's San Caligaro in the distance. We'll head back towards it. Just one more hairpin here. All right. Now the fast run down to the Buonfornello. Oh, it's just unpredictable now. It's still going. You see how crooked the wheel is. We're at 38.5 minutes now as we enter the Buonfornello. We got the one difficult corner here, the kink to the left, and with a damaged car, I'm not going to chance it. carry it through. Ah, I'm really upset about that. It just, I wanted to get through it at least somewhat clean. I've had a few hard hits. See if I can get this Pellegrino open. Come on. Get the cap off this thing. I should have left it open. Ugh. Whoa. Yes, Pellegrino in Italy. Well, I think it's safe to say that Ascari's got the long gears on it as well. He's pulling away from me. He doesn't have damage. I've got damage. The whole thing. Ah, what a mess. Not over yet, though. All right, we're coming up to the Buonferrello kink, and in this car, it is flat out. Hopefully when I have damage as well. But this is one of the scariest corners in a fast car. We're only hitting 180 kph here. But this is more intimidating than the Mazda kink, especially because you're 35 minutes into a lap by the time you reach this usually. But yeah, not hard in this car. I'm pretty sure the mountain in front of me is San Calogero. But you know, somebody from here is probably more knowledgeable than I am. But yes, that's the one you see at the beginning of the lap because we're headed back there. This section, though, is not nothing to scoff at. It could be quite difficult as well. You almost feel like you're there, and then you got to go through actually some tricky stuff here at the end of the lap, especially with a damaged car. Yeah, we're in Sicily. We're headed towards Palermo. Palermo is further up the highway there. It's rough to handle now. It's definitely hurt. All right, come through the hairpin though. Not long to go yet. We're at 41 minutes 50 seconds. We're going to be definitely over 42. I think we're going to be in the 43s. But we'll see here. I don't think I can reach the finish line in under a minute. Switch back here, and then the final corner before the pits is tighter. This one's more deceptive than you think, especially in a faster car. This one's not so bad. All right, come through. We're 42 minutes 23 seconds. Oh, we might just get in the 42s. Got 30 seconds to go. Come on. I'd be very happy even with everything that went on to do a 42. 40. Come on. 45 seconds. Yeah. I mean, I could have done so much better than that. I could have been in a low 42. But to get around there at all, I mean, I'm happy I finished. But, oh, Ascari's second. Let's see here if we can take a quick peek at the leaderboard. Oh, it's behind my pedals and stuff. Ooh. I hit Ascari after the finish. Sorry, buddy. Darren Andrews, a minute 23 seconds faster. But Ascari's second right now. He's like 30 seconds off of Darren. Darren 30 seconds faster than everybody else. Hillebrand there in third. Nils in fourth right now, and I'm in fifth at the moment. I'm disappointed because I think I could have I could have been probably third right now had I not messed that up. We'll wait here at the finish line and see folks come through. What racing today? But let me move myself here so that I'm not in the way. Yeah, what racing? We'll watch at the finish line here. Watch for people to come through. But Darren with the quickest time, 41:23. Definitely tired after all that. He had a flip? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, when Ascari and I did the big race here, I was definitely slower than him, but not by that much, so... That sounds like you had a flip, Nico. Looks like Bert had some issues, too, because he's left. After the first two corners, you had no clue. Well, that doesn't make me feel very good. You had no clue where you were going, and I was 5 seconds slower than you. But I went on a bit of an all-terrain expedition for 45 seconds of it, so. Yeah, still good to finish. At least I got through the whole thing, but I had a few, at least 3, I would call them accidents, crashes. Waiting for the next guys to come across, though. A lot of cars still to finish. You got lucky because Nils went past you before the first town. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, that definitely helped me having Ascari in front of me there. Yes, I think the Caltapatoro Scalado section is not there anymore. That's the one. Whoa, Chris got a lap. How come I didn't see him? Oh, am I... I didn't have it on. Oops. Sorry, Chris. But Chris comes across 43 minutes, 42 seconds. I can hear some more cars coming. All right, another one comes from David Sawyer with 45-minute, 50-second lap. We saw David at one point there. Another one across the line. Ricardo comes across. It's great to see people finish. That's not be overlooked. Just getting around. That's the biggest thing. If you've never done this track before, but you're like, that would be fun to learn, but it's impossible. It's so big. Do laps, put damage on. I highly, highly recommend you run with damage on because you will preserve. At least I'm working off my own self, but if I have damage off, even if I say I won't, I'm going to drive more recklessly. Have damage on so that there's actually a penalty for you crashing, but no matter what, try to finish the lap unless the car literally won't, because or else you'll like learn the section up to Cerda really, really well, and then the rest of it you won't know, and you'll just constantly get frustrated because you'll be able to drive that first section so much quicker. Here comes another one. Who is that? Frantic. Oh, it takes the lead. 40 minutes, 41 seconds. What a lap. That's impressive. Tom D comes across the line. 43 minutes, 44 seconds. But yeah, I like what I would do if I had to learn this today, again, is just try to finish the lap no matter what. Even if it takes you an hour to do the whole lap, because you need to learn the whole circuit, not just the beginning part. Oh, Ascari, I baited myself into the wall trying to keep up with you. I was optimistic I'd get your slipstream, but it was definitely my doing. You're very fast, so it's deceptive to try to keep up with you. Yeah, you can do the smaller sections too. When I learned it, I did it all at once. But it's just it's kind of somewhere between a rally and a road race. So you can't approach it like a regular circuit. Like, don't find the limit. I would not try to find the limit of grip. Like, you're never really, even Frantic's lap, I'm sure there's plenty of spots where he could go way faster, but it's about the collective whole lap getting it done. But yeah, he's 2 minutes faster than me. Nuts. Here comes another finisher. Across the line, Simon finished in 47 minutes. Would I ever do Grand Prix Legends? I've done a little Grand Prix Legends streaming in the past. It's been a long time, though. Depends on what pops up, I guess. I haven't been in the loop with everything going on there in a while, basically since SRMZ went away. But I am on Fastlane. Yeah, there's so much stuff to do. Yeah, Frank was 2 minutes faster than me. 2 minutes faster, a minute faster than basically anybody. Ervan finishes 44 minutes 37. I don't know when 66 will be back. I only have a couple to do in that. I haven't been in Grand Prix Legends since the sports car mod came out. Did a couple races and stuff with that for fun, but yeah, 40-minute lap is crazy around here with these cars. Across the line, Martin Bear finishes lap 43 minutes 48 seconds. I'm holding 6th right now. We'll see. Just because these folks are coming across later doesn't mean they can't be faster. So we get another finisher there. Chris Gordon finishes 46 minutes 12 seconds. Ooh, everyone left, but it doesn't mean he loses his spot. But yeah, we've got 6 more on the circuit. I don't know if Steph's actually driving. Yeah, I definitely lost like 45 seconds. Daniel Hawkins finishes 48 minutes 44. I don't hear anybody. Let's see. Matt's on the Born-Fornello here. It's Carter still working down the hill towards, he's almost at the Born-Fornello. Declan. He's after the Born-Fornello. He's coming to the finish. Oh, we had one finish. Was it David? No, just finished. Steph is on the track. Going down the Born-Fornello. Stick around to see the rest of the finishers, though, because you never know if somebody's going to pop up there if they started their lap. They could have started their lap 20 minutes after I did and still be just as eligible to win as anybody. So I don't know if anybody's going to beat Frank's time, but certainly mine is well up for a challenge. What's next on the calendar? Well, this series is over. This was it with this series, but I'm sure these guys are doing something else soon, and I'm gonna just keep up to date on what's happening just to see if I can figure out. I would love to do a bigger championship again, so hopefully it lines up with something I can do, but I would love to do that. As for me specifically, I gotta finish the Safari Rally. We somehow made it to the finish yesterday. I say we because the chat, you all actually very much helped me get to the end. Destroyed the radiator on the third to last stage and had to walk the car, stall the car engine so that we're just rolling on in neutral. All right, we got another finisher. Love to see it. Declan comes across 45 minutes. Should have 4 to go here, coming to the finish. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to do the rest of the rally. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. So it might be Monday night. OAO. I haven't raced with OAO in years. I'd love to see what they're up to. Next series for HRSC is Trans Am Global Tour. March, full distance Targa Florio. Nico, is the Targa Florio going to be, with the 1954 cars? Ugh. 11 laps? 11 laps with 40-minute lap times. I'm trying to remember what times we were doing with the 60s cars. May. Okay, I was going to say. Oh, yeah, usually the problem with May is it's so busy for me. That's why I missed it last year. I think I was on my honeymoon. Shouldn't have another one of those this year, but I can hear a car coming. Real Targa Florio was, it depends on the year, but it was 10 or 11 laps, depending on the year. And driver swap, usually 2 drivers per car. Each driver does 3 laps, usually. Depending on, and the other thing was, you didn't have to do your pit stops in this pit lane in Florianópolis. Here comes another finisher. Whoa, Matt Wright, 4th position. Sneaks it in there, 42 minutes, 24 seconds. What a lap. Great lap. I feel like I could have been. I don't think I would have been able to challenge these 3, but that's why we're around. Steph Hermans comes in 43 minutes 54 seconds. 2 more finishers to come. But yeah, Matt with a really good lap time there. Yeah, in the 60s, the laps were in the 36, 37 minute range, I think. But yeah, you didn't have to pit here. Either the place the cars spawn on this version of the track is the train station, which is where a lot of the teams would have their like trailers and everything. But up here at Florianópolis is where the pits were, the main pits, and a lot of the cars stopped there. But they would actually have, some of the top teams would have road crews at various places around the lap. So if you needed a tire change, or maybe they wanted to do like a stop for tires like halfway through a lap, they had a crew set up to do that. So it's pretty cool. Coming across the line with the horn blazing, Woods Carter, 47 minutes 32. Got Oliver Days, the last one out, coming to the line. Really nice to see. I mean, at least a few folks have left, so, but I don't think anybody from the top has left yet. So this is really the top 7. But I think there were almost 20 folks doing this today, which is awesome. And we'll watch Oliver come through the final few corners and everything. Coming down the Buonfornello. Yeah, it got really fast. Last year for the traditional Targa Florio was 1973. And that's what this version of the circuit is being built to represent. So you'll see on this one there's some more infrastructure with the highway and stuff. Really fun racing today, though. I think these guys are doing a fun race after this, but I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me to do it. I don't think. A lot of racing the past few days, just definitely tiring. Yeah, one of the things that was cool about this race too is you would get really specialized cars to do it, like the short wheelbase prototypes and stuff were really cool. I mean, I know it wasn't developed for this and they just kind of took the name, but you have the 911 Targa edition, which the Targa, the 911, the Porsche 911 was the last car to ever win this race overall, 1973. So some of the other top class cars crashed out or had issues, so they were actually able to get the overall win. But yeah, otherwise for me, I should be doing a race on the 7th of March. I believe we're doing Sebring with Stroll. I think it's the 7th of March. It's like the first weekend of March. But we'll be doing Sebring, classic Sebring, 60 Sebring. I don't know exactly the distance in that. I don't know what I'm going to be driving. But it should be those 60s cars that we did Le Mans with and Riverside and all that. But not the GT40. We'd do something different. I know, Nico, that you guys are doing a race. I'm tired at this point between rallying last night and all this today. We're watching Oliver here finish his lap. But yeah, we go into Sebring in a few weeks to do a swirl race there, and then the weekend after that, I'm going to be doing 4 hours of Mexico with Syndicate. It's a new league. Oh, no. That's basically what I did. Come on, Oliver. You're almost there. Oh, that's a tough one. Keep it together. So easy to do that. I did that several times during the lap. Yeah, but doing a 4 hours of Mexico City with Syndicate Motorsports on the, I think that's on the 14th of March. And I'll be teaming up with Nate Lupson to do that one again. So we'll get to watch Slate Break Nate in action. And we're going to be driving, maybe I'll save what we're driving. It's not hard to find out, but something new for Brundle Motorsport. That's the next Brundle Motorsport gig, I think. Wagging the tail here. It comes by the pits. Oh, just trying to get the nice finish line shot. Can't do it. But we'll come through final couple of corners towards Florianópolis to finish the lap. Here comes Oliver then. Final finisher. Across the line, what do we get? 43.58, pretty good lap to finish things out. What a series of races today. Appreciate the HRSC for putting these on and letting me come crash their party. It's fun stuff as always. But yeah, like I said, I'll be back probably before the next online race that I'm doing, but should be at Sebring, if nothing else before then. Got to finish the rally. That's the very next thing. Try to get through the final leg of that, but maybe give it a couple days, and then we'll be off to doing some more races and stuff. But appreciate y'all joining today. Hope it was fun to watch. Real fun to take part in doing races. I'm a bit bummed out about messing up my lap around the Targa Florio, but at least I finished, which is always important. But thank you for watching. I'll see y'all soon then. Have a great rest of your weekend. And yeah, see you next time.